And we are live, everybody. Thanks for joining us. I'm gonna give you a little update, but just so you know that ultimately I'm going to talk about this story, missing. Where's Dr. Louis Leonardi? And we're going to get to that in a minute or two. So don't worry about that if you are tuning in for that to find out. But what I realized is I forgot. One sec, guys. I forgot to tune in so I can see your chats. So I am live at Myrtle Beach right now. You can probably tell from the background. So hopefully it'll stay quiet. But you never know when you're outside. Chats, and let me turn that sound off, and we're good to go. Hi, Gabriel. Thanks for excuse me. Thank you for tuning in. I'm tongue-tied today. And Lily, Arizona. Thank you for coming to the show. All right. So here's the situation, guys. I am down at Myrtle Beach right now. I am hanging out with my brother and my mother, and so that's been a fun experience. Actually, I'm kind of getting the vibe of beach life. I've never been a beach person. I lived in Savannah for I think 6 years and never even went to the beach but twice. I don't think I even went in the water. I'm just not a beach person. But Myrtle's kind of got a different feel as an I kind of dig and understand why they live here. You can get to anywhere you want with a golf cart and just drive around, and it's this real relaxed kind of southern positive vibe. You walk around and everybody says, "Hey, how are you?" What? There's no sound? Is any? Hold on a sec. Let's see. You here? What? It's I'm gonna double check. Can you guys hear me? Because some of you people are saying there's no sound. All good. Oh, okay. So some of the people. Okay. Wait, just one person doesn't have sound. Cat Idaho. Everybody else hears me. So Cat will probably have to refresh. Sorry about that. Thank you. Yeah, Myrtle Beach is pretty cool. I'm digging it so far. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But, I'm still in a big transition. I have no idea where I'm going next. Some doors are closing that I was pretty surprised at. Other doors are opening. I've gotten, a couple invites from people to, hey, come visit me, stay for the weekend. And so I might drive around and see some people, but eventually, you do run out of money doing that sort of thing. YouTube only makes so much money. So I will have to figure that out. But the universe is also opening a few doors, which is interesting. There's a couple people offering me opportunities. I ran into a friend of mine that I played rugby with for all through high school, and he's been in Hong Kong for 17 years, and he's been inviting me out. Although he doesn't actually live, he lives on mainland China. He's only like an hour and a half from Hong Kong. He went over there to work and just stayed, and he has invited me to go live in China for a little while and seek my fortune there. And if I could get the money together, I might go. I have no idea why not. It's but that brings me to also I got a job offer, maybe in the very beginning stages of working at a health clinic / farm, like a rehab place, I guess. I don't quite understand what it is yet, but it's down in San Antonio, Texas. That might be fun too. So who knows? I would love to just be able to hop on a plane to China, but I think the tickets are like $1,000, so it's kind of tough right now. We're gonna have to figure that out. Anyway, that brings me to my next point. Where is Dr. Louis Leonardi? And let me tell you a little bit about my past and some stuff. When I first got out of chiropractic school, they used to have these charity mission trips. So not many other places in the world have chiropractic care. A lot of people, it's an American creation. A lot of people don't know what it is. Now it's getting better, but so this Dr. Leonardi, let me put up a little picture of him. This is one of the only pictures I have of him. And this guy is like a ghost. I cannot find him. Let me see if I can throw this picture up. So Dr. Leonardi, this is a picture. The last time I saw him, we were on a train together in India. We're getting ready to go. And he's the one to the left laughing. He's sitting at the doorstep. Super nice guy. Just laugh, laugh, laugh. He used to set these charity mission trips up where we would go to different countries like Bali, India, Peru. And he would bring like a bunch of beginning chiropractors. And you'd go there and you would just adjust people nonstop for days. And you would do it, you know, for free, just to introduce it to people. And what would happen, especially when I was in India, and, you know, all they understand in India is, oh, there's a doctor coming who heals with his hands, you know, and that they don't understand really what chiropractic is. It's just American doctor heals with his hands. So there was a line of people, and I would work for almost 10 hours a day. And sometimes we'd adjust like 100 people. And what would happen was it would get out of control. People were waiting outside the clinic for me. People were sleeping in the muddy streets for like 2 days to see me. There would be a line of, you know, 100 people sleeping in the dirt for 2 days. It was crazy. I got a trial by fire because I was kind of like a new doctor. Here, I'll show you some pictures if you want to see India here. A trial by fire where you just start seeing absolutely crazy stuff in India. You know, you'll see like the worst spondylolisthesis you've ever seen, like crazy malformations, patients with leprosy, and people with, you know, polio vaccine damage. And there's me and my staff. They had to give me a staff of 5 people just to keep up with all the Indians coming in. And one of these things does not look like the other, right? And so what happened was it was a wonderful experience, very spiritually enlightening. And the patients you saw just gave you massive amounts of courage, because here I'm adjusting 90-year-old ladies, never been adjusted in life, horribly crippled by arthritis, and you get in there, you pray, and you adjust. And what happens is you know, you adjust these people and they get better. And when I got back to America, I was like, you know, these people come in and be like, oh, my neck hurts and my back hurts at like 40. And you're just like, shut up, man. I was adjusting these crippled Indian ladies that never even yelled about getting adjusted, you know? So it was like, ow, it's too rough. It's like, are you kidding me? I was working on the most messed up people in India. So it was a lot of fun. And here, I'll show some more pictures. You guys want to see a few, but we're going to get down to Dr. Leonardi in a second here. But I think the story is kind of fun to talk about. So let's see if I can. I'm trying to share this. Here's the ashram I was staying at. It was called Shivapur. They worship. They do like a fire ceremony called the Agnihotra. And those are the gates. Maybe some of you guys recognize. It's about 10 hours south of Pune. And I'll see if I can open a few more pictures. You guys want to see some India pictures, I see. All right. So let's do, here's me doing the fire ceremony. So every sunrise and sunset, you do this sacred fire ceremony and you chant these words, and they burn basically cow patties with ghee and rice. And it's supposed to have some sort of holy fire smoke effect. I will say it kind of worked. There was the reason. Oh, geez, I hope that's not right. Carolina Country Farm, he says, I'm pretty sure Dr. Leonardi passed away several years ago. I was going to say I have been trying to find him for years, and there's just no mention. Now, there is someone named like Leonard Leonardi who died, but there's no obituaries I've ever found or anything. So we're going to get to him in a minute, though. Let's show a little more. You guys want to see some more pictures of India. So what happened is I lived at this ashram for a while. And while I was living there, I was adjusting patients nonstop. And, you know, the ashram gets really good press for it. And the community, you know, they come and they find out about the Agnihotra. And there's me working on the roof. Those are actually cow manure patties. They put out and they dry them, and then they use them as fuel in religious ceremonies. So I'm out there helping these people make these patties. And they burn pretty well, actually. So I guess they're just dried grass. I mean, it's cow manure. They have some really neat temples, though. Like, this is the temple I was sleeping right under. I'll show it, a little clip of it here. There you go. This right here. This is a temple that was really neat. And, you know, if you've never been to India, man, they have the most amazing artwork in temples. So cool. Indian culture is so cool. I love it. I'd love to go back there. And then here's me actually adjusting in the clinic. So this guy here came in, and like I said, you're like wet behind the ears doctor. I think this is my first year. Look how young I am. And this guy was paralyzed. They brought him in, they put him on the table, and he had gotten paralyzed from like a stroke. He couldn't stand or walk. And this was the kind of healing energy that was there, because right after this, you can see that the guy cried and stood up. So chiropractic works, but I think especially when you mix it with the spiritual energy of that place, it was a paralyzed man who stood up after we were done. It was pretty neat. So there's, I mean, I got lots more on this if you want to. All right, I'll show one more picture. What the heck? So here's so I was also in a, you know, that's when I also started adjusting animals. Like, I've been adjusting animals almost 17 years. And I had this opportunity that, you know, in India, of course, they worship all animals and all life, but cows are very sacred because they sustain people. You drink the milk, eat the cheese. And this was their holy cow that had a really bad neck. Couldn't had torticollis in its neck and couldn't straighten its head. There's me adjusting a cow. And they're feeding it while I'm adjusting it. So that was quite an adventure back in the day. That's me with the guru who's actually feeding the cow, because I guess he's the only one that really has high authority to deal with the cow. So that was really interesting. It's a great ashram. I love them. Shivapur. I'd go back in a minute if I could figure out how to do it. It's a really enlightening experience. Anyway, so Dr. Leonardi sets these trips up. And he was a good friend of mine, but man, this guy was so cool. He would, all right, let's give you an idea. So he went to chiropractic school in the 80s. He had no money. He was like a hippie. And so you're talking about like downtown Atlanta. Well, it's Marietta. It's right outside of Atlanta. And he decides, I'm still going to school. He gets the loans, I guess, and, you know, it's the 80s, so school's much cheaper. And he can't afford housing, so he builds a teepee in the woods right outside of campus and lives in a teepee for like 4 years. Goes into campus, takes a shower there, cleans up there, uses their bathroom, and lives in the woods. And you talk about hardcore, man. And I love this guy. So he was so great. I loved Dr. Leonardi. So he was completely different than any other doctor there. Like, everybody was, you know, kind of like suits and tie kind of guy. And he would be my clinic instructor, and he'd come in and he had this voice, and he was like, "Hey, doc. Yeah, you know what you're doing. Go ahead." And he'd just turn his back and sign it. And I'm like doing all these super advanced techniques I got, you know, no business trying in clinic. I'm trying to experiment and get better. He just trusted me to do it, and I would get these great results because he trusted me. And we ended up getting a great friendship, and he invited me to go to India with him. And we went, and there was no mission trip set up at the time. I went by myself, and he went over there and met me over there, and I lived at the ashram for a while. And I got just a completely incredible experience doing that. And Doc, we hung out together. We had a lot of deep talks, a lot of spiritual talks. And then he got on a train and left and disappeared. Now, I did find a website, which I'm linking. If you look at the description, that is the last website I've seen of his, where he's offering to take you on a few different trips. But it's like from 2009. I don't have any current emails. I see him listed, like there's a phone number listed for him. I've tried it. I can't get anything. My emails all bounce back. But here's the thing. I'm not that great at finding people or using the internet. Like after a basic Google search, I'm pretty much out of luck. And this guy, it would not surprise me because of the talks we had if he went completely underground. Like if he just went to another country and never came back, and he's living out there somewhere. Wouldn't surprise me at all because he had pretty much was getting tired of the U.S. So if any of you guys know how to find him, there is a link, like I said, in the description of the last known communication, and maybe you guys can find him. If not, I'm hoping he hasn't passed away because I wasn't sure if he was in good health when we were hanging out. We never really talked about it, but just kind of got that thing. They do say he's in Smyrna, Georgia, but I can't find him there, Jeremy. I don't know if that's a really old thing. I will try the phone number again. I tried it a few months ago, and I know that's the first thing it's saying, Jeremy, but I don't know how to contact him. I'm going to try to find him again. Anyway, if you guys have some contact details, just leave them in the description and the contacts, because besides the basic Google search, it has like his address and phone number in a basic email. He's not answering. Jeremy's telling me, I hear you, bipolar, or what is it, Bipolotele. But I'm telling you, that's the one that I found too, and I don't think it goes anywhere. It's like an old contact. I'm hoping he hasn't passed away. I don't know. Maybe you guys can help manifest this, but he had told me a long time ago. He's like, in his voice, Doc, you ever get in a place in life where you need a change, find me. And this is a place where I think I need a change. If anyone has been to some crazy places around the world and has some contacts, it would be Dr. Leonardi. So throw me a lifeline out there, buddy. I'd love to. You see, I'd love to go back to India, but I don't know anyone anymore. I've lost track of all those people. So, or, you know, like I said, I got an invite to go to China. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But that's all I have to say about that. I appreciate that, guys. And you guys have been sending me emails and letters and checking in on me, which is really, really sweet and nice. And I appreciate that. Myrtle Beach has been pretty cool. I'm going to be here for another few days, and then I'm back to Virginia for a little while, and then I go back to New Hampshire. I'm going to pit stop back at my old place, and I guess do the roommate thing and stay with Kate for a few days before I go to the Afterglow weekend. That thing's already been set up, and it's a done deal. If you live anywhere New England and you want to come hang out with us, we are going to be hanging out that weekend over Labor Day weekend at a wonderfully beautiful campsite in the White Mountains in New Hampshire. If you can drive in and join us, it's not too late to set up. You can contact me and I'll give you the info. And Jeremy, thank you so much for helping and trying to do that. The ashram, okay. Taylor says try to contact the ashram. I'll see. You know, it's not a bad idea. I'll have to try to figure out how to get a hold of them. That I think I can maybe reach them by email. They have some Agnihotra stuff up, which is the fire ceremony that I was telling you about, and that's their puppy. So maybe I can find it that way, because it's kind of hard to surf Indian websites when you don't speak it very well. My Hindi is pathetic at this point. That's what's I got going on. After the Afterglow weekend, I have no idea what I'm doing. So by that time, hopefully some sort of plan materializes. I do know that I'm probably going to go see Uni Rock in October, which would be cool. Maybe we'll get a chance to stream together and hang out a little bit. And I'll be bouncing around for a little bit. So I appreciate you guys checking in on me and seeing what's going on. So anyway, point being is I would love to find Dr. Leonardi, if any of you guys can find him. And like someone said, they thought he passed away. I hope not. But I can't find any obituaries about that. I think to me, it feels like he just left this country and went underground. Like he just like, screw it, and never came back. I don't know. But you guys, you know, Dana, if you're listening, if you could give me your vibe, I think I saw her commenting. I'd appreciate some help from you guys manifesting him, or if you got any psychic vibes on him, I'd appreciate that. So, any other questions or comments before I kill the feed? Because it'll probably be another few days before I communicate with you guys. I got some stuff to do down here and trying to help out the family. All right. Love you guys. As usual, stay safe. Oh, Mary, we were talking about, she says, what gathering are you talking about? The Afterglow gathering. I set up a camping weekend and Labor Day weekend in Port. After some of the people wanted to go to Pork Fest, and I think a few people showed, but after that, we were like, man, it was too quick because I just worked and I adjusted people nonstop at Pork Fest, and I never really got a chance to just kick back at camp and enjoy myself. So we're going back up there for that 3-day weekend to Labor Day, and we are going to, like, Burma's going and Vegan's going and some of the people on the show, but also there's some Liberty folk that are showing up that have nothing to do with this awakened crowd, but they should be a good fit anyway. So far, I've got about, I would say anywhere between 5 and 10 families going. It's definitely a family event. It's family friendly. But there's no agenda. We're not having speakers. We're not having any events. We're just going to hang out, play cards, and camp. Like, be a community. Make friends. If you want an event, come to Pork Fest next year. That's it. So, when am I doing another live hangout? I don't know. I really am just flying by the seat of my pants down here. When something interesting comes up, I might go down to the Boardwalk Pier, and what the hell, I might pull out my phone and stream. It would be interesting. Oh, River Swept said he found obituary. Oh, geez, I hope not. I hope he's still alive, but that would suck. Let's see if I can find that. River Swept, go ahead and I can't seem to click on that in the comments. We should do that. Dana wants to do a show about addiction, and Dana, I do get comments all the time that people want you to come back and do readings. So if you're ever up for it, we can always just do one of those. You tell me if we can do that. I'd appreciate that. And Dana, also, if you got to read on this, I just have to find. I need the first name and age of the doctor. I don't know his age, but his first name was Lewis. Someone's posted obituary link tributes, but I can't click on it. I'll have to check that out. But just, guys, remember, if you could just post. But I don't feel like he's dead either, but he has just kind of dropped off. Yeah, but he's kind of a rebel, man. He's the kind of guy that lived in a teepee for 4 years. He can be in Mongolia in a yurt somewhere. I have no idea. I just loved him, and I wish I could find him again. And I'm sad I didn't. I tried to stay in touch with him, but when you have a friend that was lives like that, sometimes it's hard to get a hold of them. GG needs research info. He has an awesome picture of cancer, I can believe. River Swept says he's found a picture or something. Again, you're gonna just have to link everything so I can take a good look. But I'd appreciate your help, because I've looked past the basic. I'm no good, and I know some of you guys are like internet detectives and can find anything. So I'd appreciate your help, whatever you can do. Again, he was a chiropractor. Louis Leonardi. He was probably a good 20 years older than me, so that would put him somewhere in the 60s or 70s. And I know he spent some time, obviously, in Smyrna, because he was teaching at Life University, which used to be called Life College back then, Life Chiropractic School. Those are the details I got. And then that website link, you can go to that website and try to track it down. Yeah, River, it's not going to let you link, but if you send it in the comments when this is done, when this is over, you can comment. I'll approve the link, and we can take a look. I don't. That's about. So I appreciate you guys. What's his first name and age? I don't know his age, but his first name's Louis Leonardi. Here, I'll put up the picture one more time if you want to see it. And very last picture communicated. Oh crud! I closed it. One sec. I gotta find it. And it makes me sad. It's one of those things that, like I said earlier, I think I was a bad friend. I just lost. You get dating someone, and like your whole life revolves around dating someone, and you stop paying attention to your old life. And in a way, your old life dies. And then when you stop dating, you're like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. And so, dang it, I can't find it. I can't find the image. Oh, I got one idea. Hold on. Let me see if I can pull it back up. And this is the last picture I have. Oh, I'll put this one with his name. All right, and it's one of those things that I just been drawn to him and dreaming about it. That was like told me this happened. Let's see where we're at, and there he is. So that's the last picture I have of him just getting ready to go, and you can get an idea what he looks like better. So there you go. Let's stop screen sharing that. Okay, if you guys want to get a hold of me, I appreciate it, and I would love to hear from you guys. So anyway, like I said, I have no idea when I'm going to stream again. It's just when something interesting is going on, I'll pull out my phone. Like I had no intention of streaming my class reunion, but that's what happened, and then you guys got all this dirt on me about what a mean, violent guy I used to be in my teens and college. Just true. I was a pretty I wasn't the best rugby player, but I was one of the meanest, and I pretty much let go of all that a long time ago. It's hard because I'd love to play sports again, but man, it does bring out a dark side in me. So I don't know. I'll have to see about that. Anyway, I think my stream's falling apart. I'm gonna get going. I love you guys. Support each other. Love each other. Be nice to your cat if you still got one. If you don't, borrow a cat. I've been borrowing a cat. It's been lovely. All right. See you around on the flip side.